Cowabunga guys, and welcome back to yet another video made by yours truly. And today I kind of have an interesting topic, Ninja Turtles. And yes, well, I already made a video about them up there. I sort of have a different type of video today. Instead of screaming about why the movie was great, I will be talking about the newest Ninja Turtle comic book that's set to come out, The Last Ronin. A quick rundown of what this comic will be about is 3 out of 4 of the brothers have died, and it's up to the last turtle to get revenge. To be fair, we don't know a lot of information about this comic yet. This honestly makes me even more and more excited about it. And yes, I know that I said that I really like how goofy the turtles are, but honestly, this is really amazing and really interesting. So interesting, in fact, I just had to make a video about it. So, in this video, I want to look at each turtle and why they would be interesting, and in the end, I will reveal who I think the Last Ronin really is. Okay, so first off, I want to talk about Raphael. So with being the most revenge happy, he seems like the perfect fit. Of course, you might be saying this just makes too much sense for Raph. Which, I agree, this is definitely the type of story he would be in. I actually really like the idea of him going balls to the wall and letting everything that has built up just explode. No rules, no chaos, this would just be a great view. But there are some downsides. The big one being, he is kind of too obvious. Like, I know whatever is whatever, but I feel like this story is just too straightforward with him. Next turtle I will look at is Donatello. He would be interesting for almost the exact opposite reason as Raph. He isn't really violent, he doesn't really get up in anyone's face and do stuff in this way. So, to see him in this new light, I believe this would be really cool. Not only could we see someone tame take on all of this, but we could see him break, which would be such an emotional moment. Could you imagine seeing Donnie break down and cry and then use his anger to maybe like kill a couple henchmen or something? That would just be outstanding. Oh, and real quick, I also think Splinter will already be dead in this timeline. We haven't really gotten any news on him, but I doubt he is still kicking at this point. Next is my main man, Leonardo. With being the leader of the group, he has had a fair share of solo adventures himself, and in the same vein, I feel like this makes him a little too obvious, but in a little better way. Leo is the most skilled turtle, and it would make sense because he already would know how to use the others' weapons, and how to be more of a one-man team than the others. Also, if it is Leo, we don't know how the turtles have died, and I kinda want it to be partially his fault. Like maybe he was away and couldn't help or something like this. I think this would add a very unique spin on it and add some great character moments. Finally, the wildcard, Michelangelo. This is kind of similar to Donnie, see a trend going? Where we never really seen the youngest brother be on his own and do really anything like this. I feel like this is exactly why he would be interesting though. Like showing Mikey still maybe be a little silly but have the weight of his brothers on him. We could also finally see some real character changes from him. Like, we have never really done so before, so this could be really cool. They could also work in something making him partially responsible too, like, he was too weak or something like this, where he couldn't help the turtles in the time of need, forcing them to die. While all of these probably won't happen, I am still getting hyped about this. So, we are splitting this up in a little further. To be honest, I don't think Donnie has a chance. We have seen him in other situations kind of like this, and he usually relies on a robot or something else, so I don't think he's in the running at all. I am also gonna take Raph out for the simple fact he feels too simple. Like, I don't feel super confident that they could do anything really interesting with his character in this scenario. So, that just leaves 2 turtles left. And I think it will be Leo as the last turtle. I want to come back to this in a second, but first off I want to explain why I don't think it will be Mikey. So, while I do think it would be very interesting to see him in something like this, I just feel like he isn't the best fit. While Raph is kind of too on the nose, he is just off the mark a little. What I mean by this is, I feel like it wouldn't fit Mikey as a character to take this situation super serious. It'd be like putting Deadpool in a serious Wolverine story. Well, yes, it would be interesting and it would work as kind of a funny story, but this isn't the tone they're going for. So, Leonardo. And yes, I know my bias is probably the one who put this idea in my head, but from everything they have shown us, I not only think Leo would be really interesting, but I think he just makes the most sense of who it could be. So, is Leo the last Ronin? Let me know what you think in the comments. And whatever happens in the comic, let's all hope it's amazing. Besides all of this, I really do hope that this comic does stretch out and show us some new angles of the turtles we've never seen. Okay, that's all I have right now. So, cowabunga dudes, I'll see you later.